Alright guys, so welcome back to another fanfiction idea, and this is another one that I'm going to be retooling a bit. Another story I thought it would be fun to kind of retool, and that is the Star Wars AU. So in this story, it's a bunch of characters from Disney who are now like either Jedi or something else in this new Star Wars continuity. Now, where this story takes place is shortly after the fall of the Jedi. This is shortly after Order 66, and the Jedi have fallen. We've got the rise of the Empire, so we're starting off in Dark Times. So we're starting off in the Dark Times timeline. So in this continuity, in this continuity, we have a kind of new group of characters. Well, not new, but like a new kind of story. Like I said, this has been completely retooled. So in this new storyline I had is that during the attack on Coruscant by Anakin and the 501st, a small group of Padawans managed to escape and sneak out. Those being Luz, Amity, Willow, and Gus. Those four Padawans managed to escape the massacre. And basically what has happened is that they managed to hide, they managed to get away, get off Coruscant, and just escape right as the Republic has been disbanded and becomes the First Galactic Empire. So now they don't know what to do. They were already they were still Padawans, but they were like ready to get masters and go out into the war. Go out for training and go out into the war. That was until the Jedi took a Order 66 to the knee. So now they don't know what to do. While this is going on, you have other characters out there who are also surviving the war. Those being Anne from Amphibia, who is also a Padawan who lost her master during the events of Order 66. She managed to escape and is now currently hiding on Amphibia, which is a planet in this alternate universe. So she's hiding out with the Planters, who are giving her shelter, even though Hop Pop is kind of like, yeah, the Jedi, I don't want, the Empire to knock on my door because they're looking for a Jedi. I don't want that. You also have Marcy, who is also on the planet. She lost her master, and Sasha was on Coruscant, but rather than be killed, she turned herself over and is now working as an inquisitor, along with Emra and Edric, and the three of them are all being trained by Lilith, who was a Jedi Knight who also switched sides, and she is training them to be Inquisitors and helping Vader train the other Inquisitors to hunt down these other Jedi. Because they do know that some escaped, but they don't know where they are now. You also have, you're probably wondering where they are, so Dipper and Mabel are not Jedi in this new story. Yeah, Dipper and Mabel are not Jedi, they're Mandalorians. They're foundlings. They were orphaned, much like with, they didn't live with him, but much like Din Djarin, they were orphaned by the Clone Wars during the war with the Separatists, and they were found by a clan and taken in. They were taken in and became foundlings and are now considered Mandalorians. They're young. They are part of Clan Corduroy, which they're part of Wendy's clan, which is also considered Death Watch. And she's kind of taken them under her wing because a good chunk of her family was wiped out during the war on Mandalore. Her clan was backing Bo-Katan after Maul took over, and Maul sent Gar Saxon to kind of deal with Clan Corduroy before it became more of a problem. So it managed to survive. The clan managed to survive, but it's kind of weaker. And now the Empire is kind of putting the jackboots on the Mandalorian's neck. So the three of them are kind of just dealing with the Imperial rule of Mandalore. On the other side of the galaxy, you have Star Butterfly, who was another surviving Jedi, but she was never really, I guess you could call it, never really a Jedi. She was a princess on Muni, who the Clone Wars are now over. The Mumins were actually on the side of the Separatists, And if you remember your Star Wars history, the Separatist Alliance planets weren't treated very nicely post Republic. So the Empire's being kind of a dick to Muni. And they've been her mother has been hiding their force powers, but it's only a matter of time. So she calls on this smuggler, Marco, to basically go out and hide her daughter, get her off world, and hide her somewhere. Just hide her in the galaxy, because it's only a matter of time before this Darth Vader comes and kills everyone and destroys the royal... Because there's two reasons. One, they're force sensitive. Two, the other reason would be no royal family. That means we can put in a Moff and take over. It would be easier to control the populace that way. We could easily just manipulate the populace in our favor with our own dictator or own leader put in place on Muni. So that's the perfect plan right there. So getting back, so that's where all the characters are right now in this new universe. So in this, so the main story is Luz and the other group of Padawans trying to find their way in the galaxy post the rise of the Empire, because they know they're public enemy number one. So they're just kind of running around, staying low and staying together, because as far as they know, they're the last 4 Jedi in the galaxy. So they are literally like, if we die, the Jedi Order dies with us. There's a good chance that, the Jedi Order will fall along with... the Jedi Order will die if we die too. There's a good chance of that. Now, it's only a matter of time until Luz discovers while they're planet hopping, because they're afraid if they stay too long on one planet, they're going to get found out. But during her little planet hops, Luz discovers that there's a Jedi. There was an actual full-blown, not just Jedi, but Jedi Master on one of the planets they were hopping around on. And of course, you can guess it's Eda. Eda in this continuity was a Jedi Master, but she left the Order because she was kind of a rule breaker, and she was also getting tired of just the hypocrisy of the Jedi Order. So before even the Clone Wars broke out, she deuced out of there. She left the Order and just kind of lived out on her own. On some backwater outer rim planet, and when she gets discovered by 4 Padawans, she's like, no, I left the Order so I could avoid this. Bye-bye, kids. But of course, Luz eventually worms her way into Eda's heart, and Eda swears to train them, because it's Padawans, they still need training. So it's like, all right, I will fucking Christ, I will teach the lot of you, but once you're properly trained, beat it, because I don't want to get found out by this Vader guy and these inquisitors. So among other inquisitors that are being trained by Lilith are like I said, Sasha, Emra, Edric, and as well as Skara and Basha. They're also Inquisitors, so you've got several very young Inquisitors that are still, they're not as, powerful or as skilled as, the Grand Inquisitor is in charge, and he helps train the Jedi along with, the Inquisitors along with Vader, but Lilith also is another instructor, because, the Empire, Vader is aware that Lilith is a powerful fallen Jedi, and she can assist in that. But there's also another reason why these Inquisitors are used. These Inquisitors are implemented to look for Jedi artifacts or Sith artifacts and bring them back to the Empire. This is where Lilith discovers a Sith holocron that belonged to a Sith Lord named Belos. Yeah, Belos in here is an ancient Sith Lord who wasn't really, he wasn't as powerful as, Valkorion, but he was still, he was, trying to be the first Sith Emperor before Valkorion. But, dude kind of had a problem, and that problem's name was that guy's the person's name was Revan. Yeah, Belos was killed by Revan, and he was killed by Revan and Malik when they were starting to ascend to the Sith. But yeah, he left a Sith holocron, not like a Sith spirit, but he left a holocron and talked about a super weapon he made. So Lilith is like, if I show this super weapon to Lord Vader, then, I will be in his good graces. There's also, like I said, Sasha, like I said, was an Inquisitor. She's on her own little mission to hunt down Anne, because, Anne and Marcy and her were all friends, but she knows that they survived Order 66. She can just sense it, that they are still alive, and she wants to hunt them down. And who does she hunt them down with? Not the other Inquisitors, but she hires the Mandalorians to help her. Wendy, Dipper, and Mabel are all hired by her to be like, all right, guys, here's the deal. You guys are going to help me hunt down these two other Jedi that I know of, and I will pay you whatever, name your credits, and I will just give you all the money. I will give you all the money if you help me hunt down and murder these two other Jedi. If you help me do that, I will gladly pay you. So, Wendy and the other two Mandalorians and Dipper and Mabel are like, yeah, let's do it. let's hunt some Jedi. They aren't members of the Watch. I should also mention that, they aren't like, this is the way Mandalorians. They're like, like I said, they're kind of like Death Watch. And they're very much like part of Clan Death Watch, so they do take off their helmets and whatnot. But they also are like, they are also, while they are Death Watch, they don't really care much for when Bo-Katan sided with the Republic, because they were like, the Republic kind of caused some problems for ourselves, but we'll follow Bo-Katan because she is our leader, and our last leader was a fucking guy from Dathomir, was a Zabrak, who was a Sith Zabrak, by the way. So, fuck that guy, we'll follow Bo-Katan, but if she gives us the slightest amount of weakness, we will pummel the shit out of her. And rest assured, that day does come when, when Moff Gideon, has the Purge of Mandalore. So Bo-Katan loses any credibility with Clan Corduroy, and the group moves on. The group, however, is more busy with helping Sasha find Anne and Marcy. You also have, back with Marco, he is still with Star, who is, hiding the fact that she's a Jedi, but she's not just any, I wouldn't say Jedi, excuse me, Jedi's the wrong word, Force-sensitive princess. It's more like who she's related to in Star Wars history. She's related to, she is the she is the part of the bloodline of Bastila Shan. She is the ancestor, the descendant of Bastila Shan and Revan. Revan and Bastila's descendant in this continuity. So she's a pretty powerful Force sensitive. And there, that's all the more reason to hide her from the Emperor, who will no doubt want to use her power for his own gain, or just outright kill her, because he knows that the longer she lives, the stronger she'll become, because she is a child of Revan. She is a spawn of Revan. So I got to get rid of that shit. Marco, like I said, is like he's like a smuggler, and he has some friends. Those friends being Sashi, Pen, and Boone, who are all also they're also spice smugglers. Sashi in this continuity is a Twi'lek, and Boone is I'm forgetting the name, but you saw the bug face guy from New Hope, who's like, he doesn't like you, the one that grabs Luke's shoulder and they have to translate. He's like, he doesn't like you, I don't like you either. He's that species in this continuity. Penn is still human and also pretty much a dick, but he has a friendship with Marco, and they help him hide star from the Empire who's also hunting him. And yeah, so that's pretty much like there's 3 separate stories going on, and they all eventually do intersect of like throughout the story. I would have it is that basically they all 3 storylines do eventually intersect with one another, and it all kind of coalesces into Eda taking on her sister. Lilith is also pretty mad because she was mad that her sister gave up being a member on the council before she could, and also just basically giving it up. Also, Eda in this continuity was trained by Jedi Master Oppo Rancisis, who was Yoda's a student as well. Whereas Lilith in this story, she was trained by Dooku. She was one of Dooku's earlier students before he left the Order. Anyway, so yeah, there you go. That's pretty much, like I said, it's 3 different stories, all kind of coalescing into one storyline. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this story? Did you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. Once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.